All right, guys, so this is something special I've been thinking about doing for a little while now. To give Holden a break from all the editing and all the movie making that he has to do for the My Friend Watches series on his channel, we decided to do something a little different. Movies that Holden has not seen yet. The same kind of deal. We're going to sit down, we're going to watch it. He's going to watch it for the first time. We're going to watch it with him. And we're going to have a discussion at the end. But I thought it'd be a cool little switch up to give Holden a break from all his editing. So I hope you guys enjoy.
I support this wholeheartedly.
I like movies. Like, I'll watch anything. So I'm really looking forward to this. And especially Spawn, because I haven't seen Spawn. And as long as I don't have to edit it, I just want to watch the movie. I want to know what it's like for you guys to be able to just sit, watch a movie for a couple hours, talk about it, and then you're done.
It's awful! It is a nightmare! It's been 23 weeks of my life!
But for me, it's a lot of work. It's a lot to put that together in a way. So I just want to watch a movie, talk about it, and I want to be done. So give me that gift, please, Pastor, please. And I'm looking forward to this one, too.
So Holden, what have you heard of the Spawn movie that we're about to watch?
I know of Spawn. I know Todd McFarlane created him. I know loosely like what he is, what he does. I'm really familiar with like some of the CGI work that went into it, especially like I know that there's a sequence in hell that happens. So from like a filmmaking standpoint, I know like specific scenes. And there's like this one scene where he falls down like through like a glass skyline or something. But story-wise, I have no idea what happens in it. I just know some technical filmmaking stuff at the time that this movie was around.
Matt, do you know anything about Spawn?
Nothing. I know nothing.
So your expectations aren't anything?
I have no clue what to, like, I don't even have a mental image. No idea.
What about you, Jenna?
I read the back of the DVD cover. Can I go ahead and give my rating? I have to watch it. Sounds terrible.
Going in optimistic. Great.
All right, without further ado, let's get into Spawn.
The battle between heaven and hell has waged its
Oh, Matt's gonna love
There
this.
are misfit men who will turn the world into a place of death in exchange.
Oh!
This is the opening scene.
I can tell I'm gonna enjoy this.
Is that a Mortal Kombat logo with it?
God.
God!
Oh, John, look what's on.
Simmons, he's doing a great job where he is. Why do you want him? Hey, Al, lighten up. I got your back.
I feel like I can make a really good 90s movie.
Yeah, I think you could do it.
Oh, definitely.
Wherever I choose, you will follow orders and do your job. You don't quit us, son. We are not the U.S. Postal Service.
Ouch.
I'll arrange for your transfer right after we run this last operation.
Like, I wouldn't call this a B movie.
It was definitely a movie when it came out.
Got him.
Jesus.
I'm not gonna let you do this.
Oh!
Looks like I'm up for promotion.
You wipe this ass too.
Oh,
You touch her, and you're a dead man.
You are the dead man.
This is how Spawn comes about, okay?
See you in hell, Al.
oh God, what's the ass?
It's very Batman.
Yeah.
Oh my god, a Marilyn Manson song? Oh, I love this movie.
You're welcome to join us, if you choose.
Look at the clown's teeth. Better than yesterday, every day.
Look at that. Get one. You're in. Folks go after Florida stuff. What is that you say?
Told you we need a bigger pentagram. Hey, how about we get back to that? How come God hogs up all the good fellows and he get all the retards, Pete?
God, he's not really gonna. Oh my God. Oh!
could you? Damn.
You don't have the.
Are you kidding me? Why would you say that?
You're right.
Coming. Will that be the same reciprocates, lady?
Holy shit!
That's cool.
She's dead.
Oh, good call.
Funny, he's our man and he can't kill him no like that. Yay!
Did you give him a chance? Did you give him a chance?
Your anger's your weakness. No music to rob you of any humanity you have left.
Jeez, that poor stunt driver.
Good God.
You won't lead my army.
He said he'll do it.
You must die.
Good God. He's holding the gun.
What it used to be. I fought this war long enough. Time for something to take over.
Oh, jeez. More good time. Oh, my God.
Get the kids out of here.
No bang for this!
Give my regards to your boss. Tell him he's next. Not bad for a dead man.
Big enough love.
That was a reverse shot.
Very Batman-esque.
Yeah, it is. Why is everything always so wet in the late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah, it's like moist. So we just finished watching Spawn. The movie's not as long as we're used to as of late, but I'm eager to see what these guys think about it. Holden, what do you think about the movie?
I really enjoyed it. It was pretty much everything I expected it to be. Just like this over-the-top 90s, I don't want to say, I guess like action movie. I had seen a lot of the special effects, especially like in Hell before. There was like that one part where at the very end where all the other spawns are around, you could see that they had just taken their little keyed out guys or whatever and just copy and paste them. They had the same like animations and stuff. And they didn't even like place them at different times. They were like moving exactly the same way at the same time. So I thought that was a little lazy. But other than that, it's just a fun movie, I guess. There's not much extra. I don't think I could, I think of.
Matt, what'd you think of Spawn?
His I know it was a 90s film, so like, you know, it was the 90s. You had mentioned how like it was actually fairly cutting edge ish for that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, you know, I can appreciate that fact. And in the very beginning, I was like, I think I'm gonna like this. They were playing that Marilyn Manson song. I was like, I'm gonna get into this. Bro, the ending was so drawn out. And this felt like such a, like, you're deep in this life. Like, you are deep in this culture if this is your thing, you know? Like, I feel like this, and I could be wrong, but I feel like this is not a subsurface type of fan that would like this. Like, I feel like a general population likes Spider-Man, and they like Superman, you know? This is, like, obviously not very well known, and, like, you're real deep into the culture. Is that right?
I feel like a lot of people know about, like, I knew about Spawn without having to see the movie, but yeah, I mean, he's not Spider-Man or Superman. I loved, like, it felt like a B movie to me. Like, some of the dialogue was just so awful, and the action, the clown and stuff was just so over the top. And that's how I took it. That's why I can enjoy a movie like this. I was expecting this just, like, absurdist type of movie, and that's what we got.
No, you're right. Like and I don't compare those to be like this one was so much better than this one, because you're right. They were doing something different. Like you could tell that when the clown farted and there was green gas behind him. I mean, it's just such a different tone. But it was interesting for me because I had never seen something this deep in the culture. So it was very interesting. It really was.
One thing about the movie was that it was very hard for them to show a story of a character that was so dark and like visceral, because just the undertones of like the clown being a pervert and stuff like that. They knew that was a very specific like heavy metal magazine, heavy metal kind of a fan. You weren't like the run of the mill, I'm going to take my 10-year-old to see the movie. Plus R-rated comic movies were like unheard of during that time. They had done The Punisher, and I think that's it. I couldn't think of any other movie because it was before Blade, it was before Deadpool, way before Deadpool. Now I think if they make a Spawn movie with all the buildup and the fact that this is all we have, it's gonna be different. I think it's gonna attract a different crowd, and it's definitely gonna get newer comic book fans, like MCU fans and stuff, to go, well, let me see what another comic is like. And it may or may not hit home. I, as a huge fan, cannot wait for the Todd McFarlane movie where he's like gonna use Jamie Foxx or something like that was what was hinted. If it happens, when it happens, I'm gonna be all about it. So Jenna, what did you think about it?
I think this was the epitome of a 90s movie, like to the core. The green farts, the goo, the humor, the lighting, which was terrible by today's standards. The scene in hell kind of reminded me of those like jacked up drawings that like 4 and 5-year-olds do, that you're like, oh my gosh, why is this image in my child's head? I feel like that was like animated and brought to life in that scene in hell. It was terrible.
Matt, what would you give this movie?
I give this about a 3. Understanding everything and knowing it all, it's funny. I am actually interested to see if they end up doing another Spawn. I'd be interested to see what they do with it. While the delivery was trash, I guess I take into the fact that, it's 90s and all that. But this was just so deep for me that it was real tough to get into. So 3.
All right, Holden, this is about you and about what you thought by seeing this movie. So I'm eager to find out what score you give it.
I know what's going to happen. He's going to be like, well, I respect the filmmaking. And I think about the shots and how they were to get that. And that one scene.
I mean, there were some good shots. Now, I think that it's very, very corny. I love that like cheesy dialogue. I could see me rewatching this. I think there's some rewatchability to it for that reason. As a film, like on its own, I don't really look too highly on it. I guess I'd probably give it about a 4.5, 4.5 out of 10 actually, which is pretty low for me. I usually go pretty higher than that, but I do appreciate that it doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's one of the most enjoyable qualities of the movie, I think. And I liked his character. I didn't really like this. He looked a little too rubbery. It just looked too fake, I guess. The whole thing just felt so fake. Overall, 4.5, I think, this was what I would give it. Sorry, Pastor.
During the movie, Jenna was like, well, still better than Doctor Strange CGI.
No. The CGI is better in this than Doctor Strange? I know that's a joke.
Well, what's the dude's name? Dormammu?
Yep.
Yeah. It's like shot for shot, frame for frame, exactly the same.
Objectively not true at all, but okay.
Oh my God.
They had like 2D fire elements in this. What are you talking about?
My point exactly. Exactly the same thing. They just ripped the hell shot from Spawn and put it into Doctor Strange and called it a new movie.
All right. Anyway, well, okay. Yeah, 4.5 for this movie.
All right, well, that covers it for Spawn. That's going to be the first in this series that we plan on doing on my channel, spinoff of My Friend Watches. Going to get to show Holden these movies that he somehow missed and flew under the radar. And if you guys like this, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and leaving a like. And let me know what kind of movies you'd like for Holden to watch if he hasn't seen them yet. So I'm going to link in the description Holden's channel, Matt's channel, and Jenna's channel, because I'm going to show the love there. I know Matt's not going to like this, but yeah, I'm going to put her channel down. But yeah, go check out the original series My Friend Watches on Holden's channel. And check out Matt Lane Fitness, and Jenna at Jenna Lane on YouTube. And thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.